I'd like to start this morning with a prayer. So everybody bow their heads. Jerome Powell, please do whatever you have to do to collapse the market today. Amen. All right. The Fed is going to speak today at 2:30, so we're going to see what's going to happen. And that should be a very, very interesting one. There's a lot of stuff going on. They're going to talk about the taper. They're going to talk about interest rates. They're going to talk about inflation being transitory. It's going to be an interesting day. And people are saying that things are priced in. I never believe things are priced in. They're saying, oh, well, the market's already pricing in 2 rate cuts going into 2022. Give me a break. The market can't even price in an order for a Tesla car to going in tomorrow. Give me a break. Everybody's so reactionary, and you're going to start saying that things are priced in for 2.5 years out. Come on, grow up. All right, let's see. What do we have going on here today? Anything cool? Explain to me this Squid Game cryptocurrency. So I've been talking in the bid and ask. Things are happening. I'm assembling a board. So get your oven mitts ready. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's start with 5 things that we need to watch today when the Fed meets and speaks. Okay, so on the likely news, it is a foregone conclusion that the Fed will announce today the tapering of the asset purchase program, which is the $120 billion per month in mortgage-backed securities and treasury bonds. So they're saying that there's going to likely be a $15 billion a month buyback, which is going to be finished in the middle of next year. Now, I would like to make a little bit of a prediction here. They're going to do this, sure. But Congress has stopped passing stimulus money. I think that they're going to start trimming from here and start pumping from somewhere else. I don't think we're just going to start tapering. I think there's going to be some kind of workaround here where money's still going into the system, because I don't think that the markets economy, anything can handle it. So number one thing we're going to look for, transitory inflation. The Fed's favorite inflation gauge, the personal consumption expenditure price index, rose at 4.4% on an annual pace, the fastest in 30 years. Rate hikes. They are saying that they're pricing in 2. Jerome Powell is very much going to emphasize today that tapering does not mean rate hikes. The balance sheet. They're going to increase the balance sheet. That's all we need to say about that. Ethics concerns. Jerome Powell is going to be asked about the ethics concerns that happened to go on with a couple of his Fed presidents that were trading in, February and March and April of last year during the pandemic when the turbulence in the market was really there. And nothing that they did was illegal per se, but what they did was frowned upon. So he's going to put emphasis on that. And then they're going to ask him about a second term, and is the president going to nominate him? And of course, he's going to say, I have no idea. I have a job to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So the Fed is about to set up its post-crisis policy. I think it's in the midst of crisis policy with a high level of uncertainty ahead. That is very true. So the talk of the tapering, the investors get nervous that interest rates are coming, soft pedal. So if they go too soft today in their wording, there's going to be an issue. If they go too hard today, there's going to be an issue. So they're in between a rock and a hard place. I think that's good for us, but we'll see. As things stand, the market is betting that the first rate increase will come in June of 2022, followed by at least 1 or perhaps 2 more later in that year. The Fed is starting to pull back its monetary policy. Congress is providing less help after pouring in more than $5 trillion. That's my thought. I think that they're going to start doing something. A big change in tune. The committee uses its post-meeting statement to describe how it feels about the economic conditions, GDP, employment, housing, trade, and the pandemic's influence and how it could feed into policy. You go back 6 months, the Fed was completely dovish. The entire landscape has changed. Now we're going to see what they're going to do. So with that being said, the market's going to be very boring this morning, and then at 2:30, it's going to take off, and you're going to see volume like you've never seen before. All right, now let's go into some other stuff. So that's done. Let's talk about cruise lines. So Norwegian cruise lines, and really, I think that if any cruise line reports this, I just look at it as Norwegian, Royal, CCL, they're all the same. And they're looking at profitability in the second half of 2022. On Wednesday, they forecasted that return. U.S. officials of health earlier this year allowed them to resume sailing, albeit reduced occupancy. Occupancy in the third quarter was 57.4%. Okay. And now what I've said, this is twofold. People are getting back on ships. That's great. Now they got to get back on ships paying full boat pricing, and everything will be just fine. So what else do we have out here? The rates need to increase. The Fed broke the markets. The markets are going to die without that. Yeah, I do agree with that. Let's see here. I'm just reading some of your comments to see. Okay, let's go to the next one. Starbucks. So Starbucks is always something to watch around Christmas time. Did I put that on my Christmas list? Somebody let me know. And if I didn't, this needs to go on the Christmas list. But good news for you. I wish I could play Christmas music in the background right now, but I don't know how to do that. You get a sugar cookie latte. So Starbucks is kicking off its new holiday season with a bunch of different things. They're bringing out all these different things. This is a good one for, well, that doesn't affect me, but the company will do non-dairy beverage. That's probably a good idea with everybody thinking that they have issues these days. Coffee Giant has touted its look at this. Cold drinks are now a whopping 75% of the total beverage sales. That's just nuts. Let's be clear, when you go shopping, yeah. So go look at Starbucks. I got a couple of stocks in here that I want you guys to pay attention to today. Number 1, Starbucks. Pay attention to that. Number 2, Bed Bath & Beyond. Guys, pay attention to this one as a short in the coming days, because this thing went up 91% on the talks of a buyback program. So the company is now worth 91% more, basically doubled what the company is worth because they're going to buy back shares. That's very logical. So with that being said, look to short it. Bed Bath & Beyond shares traded soared in late trading on Tuesday after announcing an accelerated share buyback and the launch of a new digital marketplace for merchandise of third-party producers. The company said it expects to complete its $1 billion share repurchase plan by the end of fiscal year February 2022, 2 years ahead of schedule. The shares surged as much as 91%. What the hell is wrong with these people? The buyback announcement further underscore. Doesn't matter. Pay attention to this. Look at it from a shorting standpoint, because at some point this thing's going to fall back down. Look at this one from a long standpoint. Live Nation. I didn't read this article. I don't care to read this article. It's a boring article, I'm sure, but because it's all speculation. But if people are going to draw everybody's attention to Live Nation jumping 50% like they did with whatever you call it, Bed Bath & Beyond, please pay attention to this. Throw it on a watch list. Maybe put a tracker share on it so you get that bump. Zillow. I'm not sure. I said it yesterday. The more I'm reading about this Zillow stuff, if they're not around in 5 years, I would not be surprised. They have bit off a lot more than they can chew with this. They lost more than $500 million. They will be permanently exiting their iBuying business Tuesday. So that's the business that they were doing the home flips in. Our aim was, this is the CEO, our aim was to become a market maker, not a market risk taker. And that was underpinned by the need to forecast the prices of homes accurately and 3 to 6 months into the future. I think this has proved to be fatal. And this guy, head of research at the Oppenheimer, he said, my sense is that they have a real problem. And yeah, I don't know. I totally disagree with Mo on BBBY. It is a Wall Street bet stock. Beware of the apes. Well, at some point, it's going to come down. Go and look at the GameStop thing. GameStop was at like $400 a share, and now it's at like $200. So at some point, it's going to come down. I don't know how you can disagree with me. It's not just going to go up forever. At some point, it's going to be a short. I don't know how you argue that with me. Nike and Dick's Sporting Goods integrate a loyalty program as the pair strengthens its ties. That's pretty sweet. So Nike is stepping up efforts to work with Dick's and relying less on their wholesale partners. So Nike, along with other peers, here we go. For Nike, the move solidifies the sneaker giant's commitment to Dick's amid an industry upheaval. Nike, along with peers such as Under Armour and Adidas, has been proactively pulling merchandise out of wholesale channels, including off-price stores and other footwear retailers, in a bid to sell more directly to consumers at higher prices. So I guess this Nike loyalty program is going to now link to the Dick's loyalty membership program and offer exclusive shoes and apparel from Dick's website. So Under Armour was kind of doing that. They kind of moved into that role with the Project Rock stuff, the Dwayne Johnson stuff. They had exclusive things for, I don't know if they do anymore. They had exclusive things on Dicks.com, well, DicksSportingGoods.com, for whatever Under Armour clothing he came out with. So, all right, next. This is a sweet one. I want this truck. Ford they came out with a concept for a new EV. This is it. It's based off their 1978 F100. That's pretty awesome. It's not out yet. They don't even have an F-150 Lightning out yet. Is that a fake engine? I don't know. But pretty cool. So that's that. All right, let's go here first. Follow us on Instagram at TraderMo_EM. I gotta put the Everything Money one on here. What is the Everything Money one? Hold on. It is at Everything Money Investing. At Everything Money Investing. And then here's the three of us. Follow us all personally, and we'll go from there. Okay. What do we have? Let's see what we got with the interest rates. Anything happening? Nope. Everything's going to be very stale today. Roku reports after the bell today. Fisker reports after the bell today. That's Nicole's dad's favorite company in the whole world, even though he doesn't know what they do. Qualcomm reports today. Norwegian Cruise Line reported this morning. I don't know why I'm just infatuated with these companies that do earnings. I think earnings are so entertaining. Square, Moderna tomorrow, Uber, Nikola, they're going to roll a truck down a hill again. Pinterest reports tomorrow. And then Canada Goose and DraftKings on this Friday. So if you want to join the software and be a part of all this, you get all of these things, including the exclusive video content right now. That pops out on Discord every day, 2 a day. And, well, let's see how this goes. Maybe they're doing an update right now. I don't know. It's not the internet. Well, I'll tell you anyways. If you want to join the software, and just the software, $29 a month gets you into the software. If you want to join the Bid and Ask Nation, you get $79 a month, access to all of the software, plus me, plus all my exclusive content. By the way, this Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern, I am doing a Bid and Ask only seminar at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And ask me any questions you want, Employed Trader Series, access to my trades, etc. If you want to join the Paul Super Shorts level, it's $500 a month, gets you into the exclusive tier. If you want to do a 1-hour Zoom session with me, $750 a month, gets you a 1-hour Zoom session with me, talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about options, trading, whatever you want to do, I'm happy to talk with you about. And if you want to do a real estate deal with Paul, $10,000 for 4 hours of his time. And if you do this, you will not end up like Zillow. How was that for doing it off the top of my head? The epitome of professionalism. Send me some stocks and we'll hit them right now. All right, Seth. All right. What does the cowbell signify? The cowbell signifies disruption. Let me pull up a disruptive company for you. Who asked me this question? G. I don't know. So I almost typed your name in. So there's this company out there. It's called Roku. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They just came out like a couple weeks ago. You can magically stream something from your telephone over to the big TV, and it's incredible. So that's what we call disruption. It's in the ARK portfolio, so it's disruptive. So that's that. All right, next. Wow, that is a lot of stocks flying in here so fast. AMD. I'll do AMD first. So AMD, oh boy. Okay, let's pull up lines. We want to see lines. Oh, that's beautiful. So here's the big kicker on AMD. You saw here their last earnings report. They soared up and then they came right back down because there were no pullbacks in here. I'm going to clear it. You just see it's a straight line up. So this is what we call a flagpole pattern. Now the difference is this next time they had earnings, they went up and started making these W formations all the way up. Every time you make a W formation, you are creating some kind of support level. So when the stock pulls down next time, it will bounce off that level and just keep going and bounce and keep going. With this, there's no support in there, so the stock price can fall right back down. So what AMD is doing right now is looking phenomenal. Yeah, this is looking real. Even from a swing trading perspective, you're getting good volume. You have a good stochastic. If you make a new all-time high with an engulfing candlestick, go for it. But please use stops. Please use stops. Oh, wow. What even is Google Chromecast? Amen to that. All right. Let's see. GPI. Okay. Let's pull up some candles. Let's see what we got here. And by the way, Alibaba reports tomorrow, so hang on to your bippy. All right. What's happening right here with them? I would say look at it from a swing trading perspective because this is a downtrend, and I don't even see a short in here because you can maybe short this down to $180, but I don't think it's going to be just a straight shot for you. I think you're going to see some turbulence in here because of all these moving averages. So over here, I would look at it. If you get an engulfing candlestick today like that, I would roll with this thing because this is a very good looking stock that can let you roll pretty nicely. Guys, smash the like button for me. Let's get this thing to 200 before the end of the show. MPC, Marathon, Bucknuts. Ask me that one. All right. Can you... Okay, here we go. So, oil, you know what? Hold on. I want to look at this. I want to look at BP real quick. I'm just looking at these stochastics over here. So roll with me here. BP looks exactly the same. Let's see Chevron. Not bad yet. What else do we have? Royal Dutch, RDSA, S.A. There we go. Just want to pay attention to the whole market. Yeah, so basically the oil run is kind of over for now. It's kind of taking a breather. So let's go back to Marathon. If I'm you and you're in this, take your profits. It's not time to exit yet, but by the foreshadowing of everything else, probably time to exit. So if I'm you, I'm just taking my profits off the table. If you want to follow the rules for real, don't exit. Just take your profits. And with that being said, we got a long winter ahead. I don't think that the run for oil is over. So that's just my personal opinion. Do with that as you please. Opinions are like you-know-whats. Everybody has one, and I just have mine. Take it or leave it. All right. So what is going on with Visa? Refresh. Visa. Okay. So we're definitely holding a support level here, which is good. So I'm going to couple two things. We're holding this support level that I just drew, and we're at the bottom of the stochastic down here. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this run is kind of over to the downside. There's a high probability that this thing just holds here. So what would happen with that? You would get a little uptick here, and you'd start moving up into the sweet spot. So for me, I'd probably put this on a really tight watch list. I don't think I would throw a tracker share on a $210 stock. That's just my personal opinion. But you do what you want. I think you have something here. I think you have something here with Visa. So if somebody's in the bid and ask, please just put in there, type my name, tag me, and put Visa. And that would be wonderful. Let's see here. Plug Power. I don't know what they do. Is this the hydrogen people or something? Okay, so they're looking like they're getting they were getting a pretty nice run, and now we're getting a little bit of a pullback. So basing it over here, I would be taking my profits at this point, especially if you entered this thing sub 36 or around 36. That's what I would do with that one. Just take some profits there, let everything calm down. All right, I'll look at BBBY to indulge you, but I'm telling you right now, I don't really know what you can do with this thing at this moment in time. And the problem is because you're getting such a crazy influx of volume. That's the issue that I'm having here. So let's see what we got. Okay, you've gapped up here. More likely than not, you're going to fill this gap all the way back down. You might come down and just above $18. Okay, here's the plan for today. Don't touch it. Don't do anything with it. Wait until tomorrow. See what happens tomorrow and roll with it from there. Next, EBIX. Haven't done EBIX in a long time. Oh, this one's looking good. What do we got here? Let's pull up some lines just to make sure. So this is your typical flagpole pattern. I would be taking some profits at this point. When is their earnings report? Next week? November 9th. So next week, I would be taking some profits here. I don't think that you should be hanging too much longer. I do foresee a pullback is probably likely to happen, but good run that you caught. Very good run that you caught. All right, next, Nvidia. Okay, let's see here. So they are looking pretty good. And it looks like they're about to make another all-time high today. So if they make an all-time high with an engulfing candlestick, go with it. I think it's perfectly fine to do. You're getting good volume. Now this is what I'm going to tell you. Caveat: use stops because this thing can easily roll down and just turn into a downtrend. So please use stops. Why aren't we shorting flagpoles? Go ahead and short a flagpole. I have no issue with it, but I would do it from a swing trading perspective, and I would trust the trend on that thing. But go ahead and short flagpoles, all to your little heart's desire. I think it's a great idea. That's why I said go and short BBBY, because that is going to be your typical flagpole pattern. All right, so first thing I'm noticing with Ambev, decline in volume. So it kind of tells me maybe this isn't going to last. We're going to see, but you're running into the 200. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get through the 200 with volume that's decelerating. It's just not going to happen. So if I was you, I would just kind of chill on this thing, see if it can break up over this 100-day moving average, 200-day moving average, and go from there. TA on, I don't know what TA means, but I'll look at AMC if you would like. I'm just going to tell you right now, if I was looking at AMC, I am purely going at this from a day trading standpoint on a 15-minute chart. But if you wanted to swing trade it, I would not do anything over here. If you wanted to swing trade it, you're getting a good influx of volume. If you get an engulfing candlestick today, go for it. and take profits going into the 50 and the 100-day moving average. So next, thoughts on Tesla. Shorting thoughts on Tesla. I don't like that idea unless you're doing it from a short-term perspective, which means over here on this daily chart. So why don't we just pull up some lines? Okay. So if you wanted to short this thing, I would wait until the red line gets into the sweet spot, and I would short it, and you could probably short it down to 1,010, 1,020, something like that, whatever that number is. Wherever this break is right here, that's where you can short it to, but I would not do that until you get confidence in the trend. All right, JP Morgan. Okay, and then Adam, I will do OSTK next. JP Morgan looks like it's rolling over, and this is what all the banks are just starting to do right now. They're just, and they've kind of sputtered out right here in the last week or so, and the reason is everybody's waiting for the Jerome Powell to make a decision. Well, he's not making a decision, but they're waiting for the Fed to make a decision. That's why you have incredibly low volume for the last 2 weeks. So I would just sit tight on this thing, wait until today happens, get a reaction, and then go from there. Overstock, OSTK. I got a coupon in my inbox from Overstock yesterday. That was so nice of them. Okay, what the hell is going on? What am I doing here? What are we doing here? All right, refresh. Hold on. I just clicked some button that I don't know what I did. All right. Overstock, OSTK. I'm going to pull up lines because I want to see, okay, looking like a really good run, good W formation. You know what? If you get an engulfing candlestick today like this, add to it. I have no problem with that. Let's just zoom out and make sure we're not 50%ing anything. No, looking really good. Overstock is looking really good from both perspectives. Somebody tag me on Overstock, please, in the bid and ask chat, and I will add that thing to my watch list. Facebook, Meta Platforms, there it is. No longer Facebook. December 1st, December 2nd, I think they changed the name. So, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, this is looking really good over here. All we need is an engulfing candlestick like this. This is actually on my swing trading watch list. And let me tell you, if you want access to my trades, the trades that I execute and whenever, I just post them in the Bid and Ask Nation. So I'm going to be getting into Facebook. I'm telling you right now, it's just a matter of time. Long-term perspective, I wouldn't do anything yet. I would wait until this. You can throw a tracker share on if you want to spend $325, but I would wait for this thing to get into the sweet spot and start rolling that way. Next, PFE sweet spot reversal. They reported earnings yesterday morning. Well, it's not a sweet spot reversal, but they are certainly doing something. If they get an engulfment like this today, you can probably take a position. Just be cautious of what the volume does because it's coming off of earnings yesterday. So be cautious with what the volume does. All right. Zoom starting a run. Zoom. So I don't know if you guys know this. If you take this device right here and you call your mom, you can see her. And that's from Zoom. Zoom is the only company that has ever done it, and they are disruptive. So, yeah, it's really incredible what that company has done. I've never heard of video chatting before, and they're the pioneers of it. So, oh, weird. All right. So Zoom, their volume is pretty bad for the last 3 months or so, 2 months. Even over here, it's just going kind of sideways. I wouldn't touch it there. If you want to do anything, wait till this thing moves into the sweet spot. You're going to have to fill this gap. So you definitely have a gap right here, but just be careful with that one. I don't think it's taking as much of a run as everybody thinks it is right now. Okay, market sniffing peak inflation. I have no idea. Zillow, Darren, let's do Zillow. Oh boy, look at Zillow. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Let's do refresh. Okay, yep, they just keep getting worse and worse. Man. They reported earnings last night. So what I would tell you to do, if you're short on this and you were in on earnings, good for you. I mean, it was pretty expected. Now, the next thing, I would let today calm down. Then I would wait till tomorrow and see what happens because you're going to get a big influx of volume today. that started last night, and that is how I would play that. CHW. Oh, what do we got here? A little pop in per stock price. So yeah, everything's looking really good. This was a really nice swing trade. Volume was a little bit variable, which I didn't love. They reported earnings today. I guess people are camping again. Yeah, it's looking fine, but same thing. Let everything calm down and be okay. Would you recommend trading Ocugen on the World Health Organization approval today? No, but you do whatever you like to do. I don't like trading on news. I don't even know if Ocugen gets a vaccine. I have no idea what you're talking about. If Ocugen, I know they were in COVID and I know they're in eyes. If they get the vaccine, man, they're lucky, and you're lucky for holding on. That's all I have to say about that. Boeing. And then we'll pull up F-Cell from John. Okay. So Boeing is sitting at a resistance support level. 1, 2, 3. There's our support. So I'm not too worried about them. I think they're going to probably bottom out here and start a run to the top. I think they're just going to roll over. Now, where will that run go? Probably not much higher than 240. They've really struggled. It's going to be a lot to get over the 200-day moving average. But you got a good looking swing trade here. Let's see. Okay. F-Cell. Okay. Let's see here. So let's pull up a line chart. Yeah, this is looking good. So what I like about this is good trend here, good good volume, little bit of a run, it's kind of a big run. And now it's just pulling back. So this needed a pullback. It's getting a pullback, and it's creating this W formation, and this is looking really good. Everything's looking perfectly fine with that one. Okay. The SCL, is that SCL, Nick? Okay, so let's see what SCL is. Candles. Okay, so let's zoom it. All right. And when was this? April, May. So we're good here. So all I would do is wait for this thing to break. This is looking really good over here on this swing trading chart, and the market is now open. If you get an engulfing candlestick out today, okay, let's see where this is going to start. So the day is going to start here. If you get something like this today, and at the end of the day at like 350, you are still at this price above the 200-day moving average, I'm fine with that. If you're down here and your price is below the 200-day, do not touch that thing at the end of the day. So this is going to be an end of the day stock. Just make sure, and the reason I'm saying it's end of the day stock is you need to make sure that you close the price over the 200-day moving average. So look at this. If we go back to last week or the week before, whatever this was, the stock price ran up here, came down here, closed the day under the 200. Came up here, closed the day under the 200. Yesterday, came up here, closed the day under the 200. So we need to make sure that we are closing the day up here above the 200-day moving average to get this thing really going. Google. The Goog. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Market open. I'll stick around for a little bit longer. All righty. Alphabet. So this is a hell of a run that they've had. Here's my play on this thing. If your trend is it dropped down through the sweet spot and it popping right back up on earnings report. So if you break out and you get an engulfing candlestick, taking out the top of this wick from 5 days ago, you can go ahead and do something with that. I think it's a really good looking stock to trade, but you got to make an all-time high. You got to close above the all-time high. The graph looks like what their planes are doing. That was in reference to Boeing. DNN, what do we got here? Denison Mines. Okay. So your volume is falling off. Your earnings are coming up tomorrow. You do have a nice trend, but I wouldn't be in this thing. I would, because I have a feeling, I've never looked at this. I'm going to zoom out. Oh, interesting. I was going to assume that you see gaps all over the place on earnings, but apparently not. So you're either going to go do something like this tomorrow or this tomorrow. So just stick around and keep watching it and rolling with it that way. Guys, smash the like button for me. That would be great. Let's see. I already did Facebook. Coin. I don't have anything to say for you on this because it's like a brand new company, isn't it? Yeah. When did they go public? April. So go trade this on a 15-minute chart. That's all I have to say about that. And that's that. What is it? Limited. Does this have to do with water? Or SeaWorld? I have no idea. Okay. Uptrend on the daily, looking really good. If you break out and take out this, whatever this previous high was, 370, you can go ahead and add to it. I would have no problem with that. AMCX. All right. I will do one more stock and then I'm going to get out of here. AMCX. So AMCX has dipped below all support. So the support line was around here and it has dipped below that. So if they break down anymore, they can for sure come down to this $32 level. No doubt about that. When do they report earnings? Tomorrow? The 5th. So they report on Friday. So be careful with this one. Be conscientious of earnings, and we will have to go from there. Okay, last one. I will do BX. What is BX? Blackstone, of course. So that's what they're doing. They're making a new all-time high. So if you get a good all-time high, you can keep running with this thing. Just make sure you're using stops because this thing needs to. You have a higher probability that this thing is going to fall down just because of where the stochastic is. So all right, guys, that's it for today. I'll be back here 23 and a half hours. Go say your prayers this afternoon at 2. Say them at like 2:28. Maybe something will change in Jerome Powell's mind, and then I will be back here tomorrow morning. And don't forget, 9 a.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, I will be right here doing a live bid and ask only seminar. I will do some teaching. I will do a ton of Q&A, and we're going to have fun with that one. So you guys have a wonderful day. Go make disruption. Peace.